Yo, what is going on YouTube? I'm finally going to review the Maruyama SCW9. I've had it for around, I want to say around 4 months, and I've put about 3,000 rounds collectively through it. I've fielded it in CQB situations, and I've also fielded it outdoors. So, here are my thoughts, but before we get into it, I just want to say that I am not sponsored by Maruyama, nor am I sponsored by Spec Precision or UTG or whatever is on the gun. I'm not sponsored. Anyway, TLDR, just in case you have a short attention span, I'm not going to put Subway Surfers up on the side to keep it, but TLDR, this is a phenomenal gun with one slight issue, that being you have to correctly load your magazines or else you are going to get some firing hiccups. Your BBs will double stack weird in the magazine and they won't get pushed up. But apart from that, solid gun. All right. Now we'll get into the in-depth review. So when you get this, you'll get one long magazine. This isn't a long magazine. I just have that in there for now. The gun and then power-up suppressor. It does not come with iron sights. It does not come with any of the furniture you see here. It's a nice little compact replica. I have to say replica because YouTube. But a small little compact replica, which I quite enjoy. The rail space was a little frustrating to get and plan around, but after doing that for a little bit, I figured out what a good way to build it was. So I'll go into the build, then I'll go into the internals, and then I'll go into my overall thoughts. So the build, I've got obviously the Maruyama SCW9 power-up suppressor. I've got a Holy Warrior EOTech EXPS 3-0 replica. This actually works under night vision, which I think is pretty cool. You get a little bit of glare, but for $115, it's not bad, and it's actually quite impressive. I've got a Unity fast riser, and then I've got a UTG single point sling mount. I've never used it. I've just have it there just in case. Then for the iron sights, I've got the Aero Arms replica BNT APC9 sights because I used to have the AEG version, but I subbed it out for this one. Then for the light and laser package, I've got a replica, I think it's a Steiner OTOL C. This is the IR laser version. Then I've got this routed all the way around under the right charging handle, under the iron sights. A little piece of tape right here, which does kind of a bad job of holding it. I probably need to replace that soon. And then I've got it mounted to a hot button, just so when I'm holding the gun, replica, whatever, YouTube, I can just articulate my thumb if I want to go white light or if I want to go IR laser. And then I've got a Surefire M640V, I want to say. I think it's that. Anyway. Internals. Internals are quite solid, actually. I believe some of the parts are steel in here. I don't have a magnet on hand, so I can't show you that. There are videos out there that do show folks delving into it with a magnet. Jesus. It hops 3.2s out of the box with no issue because that's the standard ammo that I run now that I switched over from 2.8s. Got a few more folds in my brain after that because I was like, holy shit, the performance from a 2.8 to a 3.2 in this gun was insane, and then I just applied that across the board. But this chronos at about 340 feet per second with 130 psi gas at room temperature. And then with the power-up suppressor on, it chronos at about 410 with 130 psi gas at room temperature as well. So the cool thing about that is the stock gun, you can go from a CQB gun to an outdoor gun depending on your field limits. Now, we used to play up in the mountains. I have since moved, sadly, away from mountains, so I'm on a CQB field. So I run it like this. Nice little compact weapon. Disassembly on it is incredibly easy. You just pop these two pins out and the fire control group slides off. This you pull backwards, or you pull down, and it exposes the recoil spring and then the bolt carrier group and stuff like that, which it's insanely easy. Maintenance is phenomenal. I haven't had anything break. I've ran 130 psi gas, I've run 110 psi gas, and I've also ran CO2 magazines, which the CO2 magazines, I will say they do kind of kick the gun into overdrive. My single fire will turn into burst fire sometimes, but the loading issue is, just I was stating earlier, your BBs, they'll like stack side by side and the follower isn't strong enough to push them up. So just ensure that your BBs are stacking as they should be. I'll pull up a picture. Boom, right here. But other than that, I've had no issues. I love this gun. I think it's super cool. You don't see a lot of people with this certain platform because it's pretty much new, apart from the Aero Arms APC9, but that one was kind of a nightmare, if I'm going to be honest, because for reasons I'm not even going to divulge into. But for a gas blowback out of the box, this gun is worth every single fucking dollar that you pay for it. I love this thing. After getting over the loading issue, this thing is a tank. It's easy to carry, and your mags are, you can use VFC Glock mags. Like, this is a VFC Glock mag. So I already have a VFC Glock on hand anyways. I'm drawing a blank where it is. I was going to show it. Oh, yeah, right here. You can use your VFC Glock mags. So this is my VFC Glock 45, Gen 5. Into interfaces, which is super nice. And I had a few magazines for this pistol laying around. So buying the gun didn't really put a dent in my pocket like some other gas blowback rifles, like the Tokyo Marui NWS, or maybe like the GHK AK-105. Magazines are expensive for gas blowbacks. If you buy a platform, aka this one, you've already got, I don't know, let's say 3 Glock mags. You pretty much are close to like a speedball loadout, pretty much. But I am not going to ramble on too much longer about it. I love the gun. It's phenomenal. If you're on the fence about buying it, I highly recommend it. It is worth every dollar. You are not going to get a better gas blowback out of the box apart from this one. But if you made it this far, I do very much appreciate your time. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day, night, or wherever the fuck you are. Have a good one.